Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad.
All right, man. So Dan Rayfield is reporting now that he PBC butt buddy. He's reporting now that it's Terence Crawford holding up the fight is coming down to a guarantee. Now he was the same person saying that there was no roadblock in the way to make that fight. Right. Like I said before, man, that fight not happening. But he did say that it's zero chance that fight's happening in December. It's November or bust. That fight not happening. That's why I'm just me assuming. I don't see that fight happening. I'm just being real with y'all. I don't see it happening. And it was already told to a few of us already that Al Heyman was going to do everything in his power not to make the fight happen. Now, I heard that Al Heyman was the one holding this fight up. That's what they saying is the one who refusing to make this fight. Now, whatever reason those may be, um, those may be because of some issues going on with Showtime. It's a rumor of that going on. That's what I'm hearing. There's some issues with Showtime and all that type of stuff. It's the reason going on. But like I said before, it was put to me by different people, a lot of different people, that Al Heyman is going to drag his feet on making this fight. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, bro. I said this about 3-4 years ago. I said this about 3 or 4 years ago. So I've been ahead of the curve. WBC people was telling telling us that this fight wasn't gonna happen. That Al Heyman is the one holding this fight up. And you get it from Top Rank, you say, well, that's the ops. Well, you start getting it from the sanctioning belt bodies. People saying, well, CJ, why aren't they ordering Spence to have an IBF mandatory? Why not? Why you don't think so? I told y'all all these dudes are on the pay scale of these promoters. The promoters and the fighters run the sanctioning belt bodies. They pay for that shit. It's the reason why they enforce them to do so. And what's really making it hot for the WBC and the other ones, WBA, IBF, WBO, is because now fighters like Anthony Joshua saying the belts don't mean nothing. Andre Ward coming out here saying I retired and all the belts do is collecting the dust. I didn't financially benefit from none of that. Now you got them having relationships with Daniel Kinahan. And it's a rumor that Errol Spence went over there and met with Daniel Kinahan last year after his eye surgery. Come on. So, come on. They never wanted to make this fight, dude, and I'm falling for the banana in the tailpipe. So of course it was going. I told y'all it was all going to fall back on. Well, it's Terence Crawford fault. Well, watch Terence Crawford could have just stayed with Bob Arum and just sued him when he retired. He could have just done that. That's what I would have fucking done. Come on, fucking done for what? Well, I'm going over to PBC for with Al Heyman and signing my life away. First it's almost done. Then him and Coppinger taking turns. Now it's November or bust. Come on. Y'all can't read between the lines. Y'all ass like Fantasia. Shout out to Ross. No disrespect. So, I mean, you getting the proofs in the pudding. The proof's in the pudding, dude. The proof's in the pudding. These dudes don't want to make the fight. They don't want to fight. And that's all it is. All they doing is preparing to lay your head on my pillow. That's all they doing. Preparing to lay y'all down nice and hard as hell. Like a rock. That's what they preparing for y'all to do. Oh man, we had to move to the Keith Thurman fight because Earl Spence was being Terence Crawford was being too difficult. They never had no intention on making this fight. Listen to me, y'all. They never had no intentions on making this fight. Listen to me. They never had any intentions on making this fight. They never did, bro. And all this whole saga is cool to talk about only because it ain't nothing else to talk about. It's nothing else cool, nothing else to talk about in the sport of boxing, bro. If Canelo was such a big and Triple G was such a big fight, why ain't nobody speaking on it? Come on, why ain't nobody really speaking on it like that? Come on, bro. All they doing is preparing for y'all to blame Terence Crawford, and they could have just did this fucking months ago and saved everybody the time. You know. So I had somebody reach out to somebody close to the situation, and when I find out, I'll let y'all know. But right now, all they gonna do is come on. And then you got somebody lying down there saying that Spence and Pacquiao was made because Crawford couldn't make the Pacquiao fight. So that's not what happened. That's not what happened. And that's why Earl Spence didn't get that fucking fight neither. How about that? The people over in the Middle East didn't put the money up. Whatever the fuck that meant. But like I continue to say, bro, go. Come on. People say, "Oh, it's Terence Crawford fighting it." Oh, well, Terence Crawford wasn't the one that said he didn't have the money once he left PBC. That wasn't Terence Crawford. That wasn't Terence Crawford. So, but like I said before, they had no intentions on making this fight. For God's sakes, Errol Spence ran out of fucking arena, dude, and people still acting like they stupid. Come on. And people still playing like they dumb. He ran out of the whole arena, and people said, "Well, blame Terence Crawford." Crawford tried to jump in the arena, they will let him get in there. In the ring, it won't let him get in there. But it is what it is. It is what it is, man. And no point of arguing. Like I told y'all, what's the point of debating and continue to argue this type of stuff when people got a one-track mind? If Bud go in there and beat his ass, it's gonna be excuses. Let's be real. Bud beat his ass, it's gonna be excuses. So of course they're gonna blame Bud. Bud left. Bud left. Bud left. He could have hid behind Bob Arum, but he left. So, like I said before, all Dan Rayfield is doing, all they doing is preparing to set y'all up for. This is my opinion, no insider information. All they doing is to preparing to set y'all up for the Keith Thurman fight. In November or bust, so they not willing to go into December with this fight. So cool. Makes me no difference. Like I said, I'm over it, dude. This shit a joke. At least they're not negotiating through the media. But the plan was to always blame Bud at the end. And Bud left Top Rank. He played himself. As soon as he left, and then they've been talking before the Sean Porter fight, I believe. And all of a sudden we don't have the money for Terence Crawford. We don't want to insult Terence Crawford. Cool. Who am I to say, well, Crawford should take less to make this fight happen? Who am I? If Crawford ain't hurting for money right now, come on. Let's let you know he took care of his money. It wasn't his fault that Earl Spence, took all the time collecting the belts. It wasn't his fault that Keith Thurman held up the division. It wasn't his fault that Earl Spence got drunk and went into a car crash. It wasn't none of that shit that man fought. It wasn't. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And people are gonna turn around and say, "Oh, Crawford being difficult and this, that, and the third, and whoopty whoop, whoopty blam, blam, blam. It's Crawford. Cool. This is always the plan to blame Terence Crawford. They never wanted to make this fight, and I've been very consistent throughout the years that this fight wasn't gonna happen. People say, "Oh, you just be a negative. You really don't want the fight to happen," and this, that. Nah, that's not the truth. The truth is that this been a rumor. Everybody behind the scenes know the truth. Everybody behind the scenes know the truth. Everybody. Believe it or not. So I'm not the one that came out and said we don't have the money. That wasn't me. But let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree link in the description. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. But yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think, man. But other than that, man, that's all I got for you. I can't do nothing for you, man. But peace.